The WNBA has been rocked again. Caitlin Clark, the league's rising superstar, just broke records with a European contract that could make her the highest-paid women's basketball player in the world. But not everyone is happy. Aya Wilson, long considered the face of the league, has publicly expressed outrage. Today, we dive into the rivalry, the money, and the drama shaking women's basketball to its core.
Sense about things that Caitlin was doing wrong when, in my personal opinion, she was doing nothing but going out there and playing great basketball every night and ignoring the hate that was coming to her from all sides, not only from...
Caitlin Clark's meteoric rise hasn't just elevated the WNBA, it's also sparked tension. After winning MVP, Clark had a choice: continue dominating in the US or take her talents overseas for unprecedented pay. Enter Europe, where contracts for elite players now dwarf the league's highest salaries.
28 years old, 1,000 points in the regular season. Why is that not the biggest story out at the moment? And why are we talking about Caitlin Clark?
Why exactly? Why when Asia was releasing a shoe were we talking about Caitlin?
For Aya Wilson, this was a breaking point. Wilson, 28, with over 1,000 points this season, has long been the WNBA's marquee star. She believes the MVP and spotlight should belong to her. But with Clark's move overseas, the league's dynamics are shifting fast.
Or she'll go for 26 and 12. I mean, those are great numbers for any player, no matter how long you've been in the league. She's learned how to play the game, and she said, I had to learn how to play the WNBA.
Despite the backlash, Caitlin Clark's influence on the league is undeniable. She has made the WNBA one of the most-watched sports leagues, boosted sponsorships, and even inspired arenas to expand capacity. Attendance is up nearly 50% this year, with Indiana leading all teams at 17,035 fans per game, a 319% increase from last year.
You're supposed to be the MVP, and you only got one win out of that series. That's why I think now
Clark isn't just playing basketball. She's rewriting the narrative of women's sports. Every shot, every highlight, every social media post adds to her growing army of fans worldwide.
Moved home games to bigger arenas when Indiana came to town to accommodate more fans. I'm not finished. Attendance for the entire league is up nearly 50% this year, and Indiana leads all teams with an average attendance of 17,035, up 319% from a year ago.
Aya Wilson isn't just upset about paychecks. She's worried about legacy. For years, Wilson was the face of the WNBA. Now, she faces the uncomfortable reality that a newcomer may overshadow her. In the professional sports world, the highest-paid player is often seen as the most valuable, both on and off the court. For Wilson, this threatens not only financial security, but recognition.
Being one of the most loved teams in the WNBA to being riddled with so much drama this season. A'ja Wilson was under fire last week for the privileged comment that she made to Kelsey Plum.
Fans are noticing too. Social media engagement, game viewership, and international attention are increasingly tied to Clark. Despite her years of dominance, Wilson is witnessing her fan base being eclipsed, sparking tension that has the league buzzing.
I thought she would be unanimous. I mean, it's not even close. Because I said the most important person in the league is Caitlin Clark and should be a top 5, if not, it should have been a top 3 MVP.
This isn't the first time WNBA superstars have clashed. Remember Wilson's comments last week about privilege toward Kelsey Plum? Or past media battles over MVP selections and league recognition. Clark's arrival has reignited debates over who truly represents the WNBA's future.
Guys, take a look at the stands. All the seats, even the courtside seats, are empty.
Wonder if they had a 5-game series in the first round, there might be a possibility they may not win that.
With Clark now signing a record-breaking European contract, the story isn't just about money. It's about the evolution of women's basketball, the clash of legacies, and the question, who will define the sport for the next generation?
They got the #1 pick. You got to be bad to get the #1 pick. And she led them to their first 20-win season in almost a decade. She led them to the playoffs. I mean, the girl deserved.
European leagues offer contracts that can exceed WNBA salaries by hundreds of thousands, even millions. For Clark, This means financial security while continuing to dominate on the court. For Wilson, it's a challenge to her dominance and a threat to her long-established position in the league.
LeBron James had tennis shoes in his rookie year. He didn't have a fraction of the impact on the NBA that Caitlin Clark has had on the...
It's more than numbers, it's influence. The highest paid players are seen as the league's elite, and now Clark is stepping into that realm. Fans, teammates, and sponsors are watching closely. Who will come out on top?
1 in jersey sales, Angel Reese 2, Sabrina 3, Kate Martin 4. We talked about this earlier in the season. I feel sad that Kate Martin also hasn't gotten as much playing time the second half of the season. I feel like she deserves more, or maybe she deserves a different team. How crazy would that be if she went to Indiana?
The fan base is divided. Some see Clark as the future of women's basketball, a global superstar who elevates the league. Others side with Wilson, believing the veteran deserves the spotlight. Social media is buzzing with debates, memes, and viral clips. Caitlin Clark is poised to make her mark internationally, while Aya Wilson must navigate a league that's evolving around her. Upcoming events, summer tournaments, international friendlies, and contract negotiations will test both players' resilience and influence.
The paying customer, the audience didn't feel that way. They did not give a damn about the WNBA. Is that fair to the ladies? No, it isn't fair. But they're the paying customer. You don't tell them what they want. They tell you what they want. And they really were not feeling the WNBA to the degree that they're feeling the WNBA now, obviously because of Caitlin.
This isn't just a story about basketball. It's about legacy, rivalry, and the changing landscape of women's sports. Caitlin Clark is climbing, breaking records, and challenging the established order. Aya Wilson faces the fight of her career, not on the court, but in the court of public opinion. Who will emerge as the true face of the WNBA? Only time will tell.
Expected of Caitlin Clark. She's supposed to be great. She's not the Rookie of the Year. Angel Reese is, because that's a surprise, which to me is wrong. Should LeBron not have won the Rookie of the Year because he was supposed to?
The WNBA is facing its biggest shakeup yet. Caitlin Clark, the league's rising superstar, has signed a record-breaking European contract, making her potentially the highest-paid woman in basketball history. But not everyone is celebrating. Aya Wilson, long considered the face of the league, has publicly exploded over this deal. Today, we uncover the rivalry, the money, and the storm brewing behind the scenes.
Of whatever noise has been out there. So when you show that you're able to perform in the face of adversity, to me, that is the true testament to greatness. And that's why we're looking at her and we're saying greatness is on.
Caitlin Clark's meteoric rise has reshaped the WNBA landscape. MVP honors, skyrocketing jersey sales, and international recognition have thrust her into the spotlight. Europe's leagues now offer contracts that dwarf WNBA salaries, and Clark has taken notice. Her decision to move overseas has sparked tension with Aya Wilson, who has dominated the league for years. Wilson believes that the MVP spotlight and major opportunities should be hers, but Clark's ascent threatens that legacy. Clark hasn't just dominated on the court, she's revolutionized the league. Attendance is up nearly 50% this season, with Indiana leading all teams at 17,035 fans per game, a 319% increase. Clark's social media presence, highlight reels, and dynamic play style have redefined the WNBA for fans worldwide. Every game, every highlight, every interaction strengthens her influence. For Aya Wilson, this isn't just about pay. It's about legacy, recognition, and influence. Wilson, the longtime face of the WNBA, now faces the reality that a newcomer could overshadow her. Clark's success threatens Wilson's fan base, sponsorship deals, and position as a league leader. Social media debates are raging as fans argue over who deserves the spotlight. Beyond scoring points, Clark has been a leader off the court. She successfully advocated for charter jets, improving player travel conditions, and helping the WNBA become more professional. From fair compensation to better working conditions, Clark's lobbying has improved the league for everyone. Yet, her efforts have been met with resistance from some players and the league itself, who view her as a challenge to the status quo. If Clark moves to Europe, the WNBA risks losing viewership, fan engagement, and sponsorship revenue. She's become the league's most popular player, drawing audiences specifically to watch her dynamic style. Without her, attendance and ratings could drop, affecting not only the league but also players like Wilson, who rely on fan loyalty and exposure. Financial stakes are high. Europe offers Clark security and career growth. For Wilson, Clark's rise threatens her dominance in endorsements, particularly with Nike. Though Wilson has worked hard to solidify her brand, Clark's growing popularity has made her a marketing target. This isn't just about money. It's about influence and who represents women's basketball globally. Fans are divided. Some see Clark as the future of women's basketball, a global superstar elevating the league. Others side with Wilson, who has long defined the sport. Social media is exploding with debates, viral clips, and heated commentary, making this one of the biggest stories in the WNBA this year. Caitlin Clark's European move marks a turning point. Upcoming tournaments, international matches, and potential WNBA negotiations will test both players' influence and resilience. Will Clark dominate internationally while Wilson fights to maintain her status? The next few months could redefine the league and women's basketball as a whole. This is more than basketball. It's a clash of legacies, rivalry, and power. Caitlin Clark is breaking records and challenging the status quo. Aya Wilson is defending her crown. Fans, sponsors, and the league itself are watching. Who will emerge as the true face of the WNBA? Only time will tell.